All right, folks, I think we're back up live again. We had computer issues, updates, what have you, and we lost Ainsley Lee, and we'll see if we can get her back on. We want to get it better now. Let's try again. I've been looking forward to this for a long time, and there she is. I'm sorry about that, Ains. Let's
No
get this.
worries, no worries.
Yeah, man, you know how this thing goes. Good to see you again, Ainsley.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
It's been a little while. We go back a ways, folks. If you don't
A
know,
little
we
bit.
go back a little bit, and I'm so proud of Ainsley and the work she's done, and the time she's put in covering sports, and she's one of the very best young, not just one in this area. So if we're not frozen again, hopefully we'll see. Well, looks like we might be. Hang on. I don't know. Let's see. Are you there, Ainsley? Okay. Let's see. I think we're back. All right, we're going to get this yet. Somehow, some way, they're conspiring against us, but we're going to get back. Oh, there's Ainsley Leon. There she is. I'm not touching a thing. Good evening to you.
Yes, sir. We're here now.
Good. Thank you for persevering. I know you've been out covering softball tonight, right?
Yes, yeah.
And what did you see?
We saw Florida respond. Those
Yeah.
who follow softball know they did not have a nice
Mm-hmm.
weekend last weekend against Arkansas. I think Arkansas came into that matchup pretty underrated.
Mm-hmm.
Shanice Dels is just incredible. But anyways, tonight, yeah, I mean they come out against a Stetson team that kind of gave them a fit last week. They went to DeLand last Wednesday, and that game was scoreless through about 5 innings. So Stetson's not a slouch of opponent by any means, and so they came out pretty quick tonight though, and um, had a pair of back-to-back home runs in the first inning. Had another home run the second inning, and then another one in the fifth. So they hit 4 home runs against a pitcher who had 4 home runs all season. So definitely brought the big bats for the occasion tonight. So we'll see if they can just carry it into another SEC series. They should be able to be in decent shape against South Carolina this weekend, but we'll see.
Tell folks what you're doing now. You've been going to graduate school, working, all that sort of stuff, and catch us up because I was trying to think today when you started. I think it might have been 3 years ago. I'm not sure. Writing for us, and then you went to work at the Sun, and then you went to school. What's Ainsley Lee's life like right now?
Ainsley Lee's life right now is busy. I know that much. But yeah, I think it was about 3 years ago. You're right. But right now, still neck deep with the Sun, right? I mean, I'm doing all the preps coverage, and so in that area, that means there's about 25 programs that I cover. The spring is always the busiest, without a doubt. At the high school level, you've got baseball and softball. We've got lacrosse here a lot in the Gainesville area. We've even got some flag football, things like that. So lots of stuff to keep me really busy. And then, as of probably the last year, I really stepped into that role of, even though it's not politically correct, but covering the Lady Gators, if you will, on campus, right? So all the women's teams
Mm-hmm.
here at UF. And so obviously right now we just had women's basketball finish up earlier
Yeah,
this week.
yeah.
Uh, Gymnastics falls under falls under me, and then of course the softball team. You guys will see me out at baseball this weekend too, kind of filling in for Kevin Brockway, who's off. And then yeah, to top it all off, I am getting my master's. I'm in my second semester of my master's program here at UF, studying sports management. Right now, I'm doing a lot of stuff in the NIL space, and so we'll kind of see what becomes of that.
I want to say to you also that I was very sorry to hear about the loss of your family. I know it's a difficult time for you, and my condolences to your brother and your whole family in that situation. And I know it's a tough one to get over, and you never really do. So, God bless you. Hope that pain goes away sometime soon.
Thank you.
All right, so let's talk about. Let's see, we got about 2 or 3 minutes here. Let's talk about Kelly Ray Finley. I'm a big fan of hers. Seems to me like she has got something going on. You can't necessarily see it in a record at this point in time, although she just got a big commit the other day. Give us your 2 cents worth on Kelly Ray Finley.
Sure, yeah. I think first of all, when you look at how Florida performed, obviously it wasn't the record they wanted, and certainly not the conference record they wanted. But I think it's important for everybody to take a step back and look at what SEC women's basketball looks like, right? I mean, we've got LSU and South Carolina in the Final Four. We could have an All SEC national championship. Obviously that's not even talking about Ole Miss's run, Tennessee's run. The SEC is about as stout in women's basketball as it is in maybe say football. I mean,
Yeah.
women's basketball is great in this conference.
Two in the Final Four, right?
Right, yeah. And so to speak on Kelly Ray Finley, first of all, my season covering her, she's a player's coach, and that you see that go a long way, and you see that with them, getting those 5-star commits like Liv McGriff. I actually talked to her on the phone today, and just said, Florida's not, one of those. Florida's not a school where you think of women's basketball, right? It's kind of been one of the bigger black eyes on campus. It's the only program, I think, on campus that doesn't have a national championship, and that's what's so attractive to McGill, and who wants to bring a national championship to Florida. So McGill is class of 2024, a 5-star class of 2024. Florida also has a 5-star coming in for the class of 2023, and Layla McReynolds, or I'm sorry, not McReynolds, just Layla Reynolds. And so we've always known this. If you paid attention, we've always known this about Kelly Ray Finley, is she can recruit. She's always been super strong on the trail, and so now that she's in that head coaching spot, I think we're going to see more of this. More of these high-profile players say, maybe what's going on down there in Gainesville is something I want to be a part of. And that was certainly the gist I got from McGill this afternoon when I spoke with her.
Good. All right. I just had Coach Brantley on earlier tonight. He's got a couple of things going on. He's opening the season playing in Key West, going down to practice in South Florida, going to play the Conchs. Sounds like a road trip you'd be well suited for, if you ask me. And then he's got one at the end of the year, or later on in the year, at Cincinnati, going up to play Xavier in Cincinnati. So I know you keep up with all the high school programs. What do you think of what Brantley's doing out there at Trinity?
Yeah, so I don't obviously don't cover Ocala a ton, but anytime Coach Brantley comes to town, I'm always sure to kind of make sure I get on that game because he and I go back a little ways from his time at Bellevue even. And of course, anytime I run into him at Shuckers, naturally. And I had the opportunity to cover his state championship game in Tallahassee this year. Unfortunately, it didn't go the way they wanted it to. But he John Brantley and Trinity Catholic kind of go together like milk and cookies, if you will, as cliche as it is. He's always going to do them really well, and we're seeing more of this. I think. One of the other writers in our network was telling us how one of her high school teams out of West Palm Beach they're going to go play in New Orleans, I believe, this coming year. So we're kind of seeing this among high school teams, doing having these kind of opportunities. And I think it's great for kids to get out into a different environment and play some teams that they wouldn't otherwise see. Without a doubt, if I could get down to Key West to cover that ball game early in the season, I would. But
good deal, good call there.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I think Coach Brantley should put you on the team plane. Yuck, like take out a team plane and fly you down. It's been a pleasure talking to you again. I'm so proud of you. I miss you. Hope you come back. We don't have as many technology problems with our computers here tonight. And I just wish you all the best, again, to your family. Condolences to your family for your loss.
Thank you. And this was fun. We'll have to do it some more.
Let's do it more often. Ainsley Lee from the Gainesville Sun. Thank you. All right. I want to say thanks to our friends at Renstar Medical Research for their support as well tonight. We appreciate what they've done for us. Remember, they have a proven reputation as a high-quality, patient-centered clinical research facility there in Ocala. They bring cutting-edge clinical research trials to Ocala in areas like Alzheimer's and psoriasis, osteoarthritis, migraines, and fibromyalgia, along with many other conditions that affect our community. You can get involved in some of the clinical trials. They've done over 700 since 1998. by going on to rentstar.net and find out what's available. You can, in some cases, get compensated for time and travel. Rentstar Medical Research, seeking tomorrow's answers to the health questions of today. And before I say goodnight, I'm going to go and put this on the screen. I'm trying to get you folks educated to how you can grow your own veggies right in your own house. This happens to be an indoor one. You can get them outdoors. Those greens are ready to be plucked and eaten, and they're right here behind me. And that's how I grow my greens. And it's, go to buddytowers.com if you'd like to see about getting involved in this thing. You can have one for yourself, and you can also sell them and make money as well. And they're getting popular all the time. People love the idea of being able to be self-sustaining, and you're in their own food. And you don't want to go in the backyard in the hot sun and chase out the rodents and the squirrels and whatever. You can do it right here in your own house. So if you want to know more, you can DM me, Buddy Martin, and we'll try to get you hooked up with that. All right. Thanks very much for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you tomorrow night when it's Orange and Blue Bloods Thursday. When Troop will be back. We'll also have our Franz Beard and our whole team here. So thank you. Good night.